Rock Hudson, and he sounded, didn't he? They sounded over there. Still connected up to the old polygraph here, so on a show. My next guest is, I think, one of the most famous impersonators or female impersonators in the world. I had the pleasure, actually, of working with him on the show, movie, John Waters' film, Hairspray. Why don't you watch this clip, and you'll see, well, you'll see his style here. Watch this, and you'll see.
I came 200 miles for this.
Give it.
Anyone like to try again?
I slept like a log.
Why not? You look like one.
You're disgusting.
Please welcome the man behind the mountains, Mr. Divine, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you look great.
Oh, thank you. Big as the house. I love your jacket.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I got this in Europe. Just outside Europe, actually. All right, Kmart. And, anyway, this is the polygraph thing. Keep me honest tonight. This
only tonight.
Only tonight, yes. So this was a great time we had in Hairspray. I think this is going to be a real, well, I don't want to say.
Good movie, yeah.
Yeah. But tell us about, do people, tonight you're not dressed up, you're not in drag. Do people recognize you when you're not in drag?
Well, more and more from doing shows like this and things, and
Right.
people see me as my version of a man, so. So when they see me out of my version as a woman, they know who it is.
Yeah, huh? Now,
It's difficult for me. How do you think
you play two roles in Hairspray, which we should talk about.
Yeah, I play a housewife and, what do you call them, a backstage mother, a show business mother?
Showbiz mom, yeah.
Showbiz mom. And I also play a man who's the owner of a television station and a pervert, I think.
Do we have some pictures of this from the movie, don't we? Do we have some photos? Want to see? Let's watch these photos, and these are a couple of photos from the movie. There we are there, and want to explain that, or?
Well, that's a co-star Debbie Harry.
Yeah.
And that's her daughter. That's the Thin family. And that's me with my daughter Tracy, with the gardens on our breast, you see.
There's a little foliage there, and...
Oh, that's another pretty costume. Not one of my more glamorous roles.
Yes.
But that's the adoring mother.
Run around the room, make that
Somebody
sound like
liked the
more.
film.
So tell us about now, John Waters is the director of Hairspray, which will be out...
I think January.
Where is it going to be, January?
Yeah.
And the early films is really... This one, Hairspray, was a big movie for John, really, in comparison.
Yeah, the biggest budget one we've done. We started out making films that cost $200, $500. And
a movie cost $200.
well, we had friends that worked in film shops and things that
Right.
helped us out, and
So they
also
worked in chip in and stuff.
Yeah, in the developing labs and things. So, and we all worked for nothing. We were all good friends and went to high school together. We'd all get together on Sunday afternoons, like, you know, the Mickey Rooney movies. Let's go down to the barn and do a show. Just go over to John's house and make a movie, and that's what we did.
This is all in Baltimore, too, and you guys picked the worst times to do movies, didn't you?
Oh, well, usually it's the middle of winter. This
Good
was
movie
also
time.
the worst time. It was the middle of summer. It was 105 degrees some days.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So it was still pretty bad. But the winter shoots were worse, I think, because John loves the people that look a bit out of the ordinary, like heavy people, or extremely ugly people, or extremely handsome people. So I used to have to wear like bare midriff outfits and things like that,
yeah.
which people would normally wear in the middle of summer, with the frost coming down.
This was Desperate Living was one of them. It was really difficult, wasn't it?
Oh, Desperate Living was the one that I didn't do out of all of them. No, I had a chance to go to Europe for the first time and do a play there, and I'd never been out of the country. So it was a very hard decision to make, but I had to make one. Still, you're never sure if you made the right one, but...
Now, you were doing your show when you were going overseas, right?
Well, it was a play that I did called Women Behind Bars.
Oh, right.
It was written by a man named Tom Ian and directed by another...
Which was first on Broadway, was it, or off-Broadway?
Off-Broadway
Yeah.
play, and Then I did another off-Broadway play written by Tom called The Neon Woman, which we traveled all over the States and in Canada.
But you do your own act as well, don't you?
Oh, well, yeah, now I've been singing for about 5 years. I call it singing. And it's sold gold and platinum records, so somebody's listening to it. And I've been very successful with the records in Europe for the past 5 years.
Now,
So I've been touring all over.
what you have a little bit of, you were telling me this one day on the set, you have a little bit of a difficulty with deciding what you're actually going to make breasts out of, right?
Oh, yeah, we went through a lot of that because I wanted them to jiggle properly.
Yeah, well, that's often a problem, you know.
Yeah, well, if you watch women's breasts a lot, you can tell who has silicone and who's got jiggles.
Yeah.
And I didn't particularly want the just big, solid breasts.
Yeah.
Because I've worked with actresses that have those. When they lay down, they just stick up in the air. You know? They sound like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I looked for the white jiggle material, and we filled these big pads with lentils.
Right.
And of course, to get them big enough to be in proportion to my size, I was like a 65 double D. And there wasn't all in my back.
Yeah.
So I'm on this plane going to a personal appearance in this little black sheath dress, you know. And all of a sudden I had horrible chest pains. I thought, oh no, I'm in Coach and I'm going to die. I can't believe it. In this cheap black dress. And so I bent over and the pains went away after a while. I thought, oh, all right. And I sat back and in a little while they'd come back. And I bent over. So finally, after about an hour of this, I just held these, you know, my tits up and realized that's what it was. So after that trip, I gave up the lentils. I went through old rags, anything, newspapers,
Anything that would fit.
balloons, tried everything. Finally ended up with carved foam rubber.
Smart choice.
Light, easy to travel with. I pack them on top always. When you go through customs, what's in here? Ah!
Scares me right. All right. We'll be right back with more and Ira Chacon right after these messages.